Hi everyone, welcome back to my book nook. Today we're going to be talking about The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So, this is one of the few novels that I've read that has a majority of taking place in history, historical fiction aspect type novel, with aspects of a modern storyline in it that I actually felt that the modern storyline was well done and actually added to the story, which is really weird. So, you have this movie star bombshell, Evelyn Hugo, who contacts a magazine stating that she wants to basically have a sit down and interview and talk with a particular writer of theirs. And so goes and talks to them. As time goes on, Evelyn makes it very clear that she does not actually want to do anything with the magazine. She wants this writer to write her biography. And the majority of this book is Evelyn talking about her life. She was married 7 different times, and she also is making it very clear she's telling the story that she also wants to tell the story of her relationship with the person that she loved the most. So, the story is broken up by her relationships, by her husbands. So the first one is her first husband, Ernie Diaz, and it goes on and goes on and goes on throughout that. And some of the relationships were better than others. Ernie, they got married when Evelyn was very, very young, and it was basically her trying to figure out a way to be able to get out of where she was living. Her second husband was one of her first co-stars. Another husband was someone that was a movie producer. One of her husbands was the brother of one of her co-stars. One of her female co-stars. One of her husbands was her agent. And that one was probably her healthiest marriage. One of her healthier marriage. The brother of her female co-star would also be a very healthy marriage. Which now I have to explain why. Which, slight spoilery in regards to the book, but it's still a really well worthwhile book to read even when saying this. Evelyn's relationship with the person that she loved the most was with that female co-star, Daisy. And so, in regards with her agent was a gay man. Her and Daisy, along with her agent and the person that Daisy were married to, were both in lavender weddings. All 4 were queer. The 2 men were gay. Evan was bisexual, and Daisy was a lesbian, and so they were getting married and then basically being able to they'd be able to go on double dates with each other, in which everyone around would think that it was 2 straight couples, but really was the 2 queer couples that were in the relationship. And then again at the end, when she was in the relationship with Daisy's brother, that was another one of those hidden type things in which Daisy's brother knew about their relationship and wanted to be able to try to make it a way in which the 2 of them could be together and be out and around in a way that was more presentable and such. There's a lot of going on with a lot of looking at types of things during the relationship when it was the 2 queer couples. You had Stonewall going on and all of that and how they were dealing with that. You had some of the concepts with the age crisis and everything, during which Daisy's husband ends up dying. So some of Evelyn's husbands, she had her first one. So when she was in the relationship with her agent, which was also kind of a producer, but he seemed to be more of an agent role for her, Harry, it was because she was in a romantic relation. You find out then about who her actual long-term partner was, that she was most in love with, of Celia. So Cecilia was in a relationship with a man named John. He was gay. Harry was gay. Evelyn's bisexual. Cecilia's a lesbian. It's a way that then they could all go on double dates and have that and be able to see as something more normal, while it's really the 2 queer couples that are on the date, it looks like two straight couples. And then Cecilia's brother getting married to Evelyn was so Cecilia and Evelyn could spend time together and be seen around and everything, and society itself wouldn't look negatively on it. During the time when it's Cecilia, John, Evelyn, and Harry's relationship structure, you have stuff like Stonewall going on, you have things with like the AIDS crisis starting, and how they're dealing with that. John ends up dying, and you see how they're trying to help Harry cope with the loss of his love. And there's a lot of other turmoil stuff happens. The relationship with Cecilia goes in and out, it has its ups and downs. There's dealing with the concept of biphobia and everything in regards for Evelyn, especially in relation to Cecilia, who doesn't understand at times how doesn't understand at times how Evelyn could have had relationships with men, having issues with the concept of she's attracted to both. And so I don't really want to explain how it's so well written and with the concept with why Evelyn chose this writer in particular to do her biography, but that is part of her life story as to why she chose this person, what she wanted to reveal to them, which was actually also, as Evelyn stated, the worst thing that she did in her life. I highly recommend this book. I loved this book. I don't know why it had taken me a while to decide to get it. I had seen people talk about it, but it wasn't fully on my radar. Okay, let's grab it to read, until I was book of the month and I was trying to decide what books I wanted, and wasn't a lot at that moment that were really jumping out at me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. And it was a good thing that I did. I thought that was a good decision. So yeah, I highly recommend. I'd say it's a 9 out of 10, and definitely very good book, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss when I put up other videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!